Hi, I'm Vicky Locklin and welcome to Island Kitchen. Hi, I'm here with Les Regan,
Hi,
the
Vic.
one and only head chef of Mood Beach Restaurant. What are we doing today?
Today we're going to make a risotto, basic recipe for a risotto. It's one of those simple dishes that people find a little bit complicated to make. We're going to explain it and help everybody today.
Okay.
So they can make a perfect risotto, and today we're going to make a jamon risotto. But like I said, it's a base dish, so there's a lot of different flavors you can do. So,
What have we got bubbling away here?
this is our chicken stock. I'm going to tell you a little bit
Right.
about this later. Okay, first we're going to get a pan on,
Yeah.
drop of olive oil. Now,
Once again, you always say get the best olive
use
oil
the extra
you
virgin.
can. Yeah.
We're in Spain, use the best. Okay, olive oil in a pot.
Uh-huh.
Chicken stock is on.
Yeah.
Let's get some shallots and some garlic in there. We're going to use 2 torpedo shallots. These are the ones you can buy in the supermarket. We're going to dice them up nice and small here.
Okay.
Nice little fine dice like that. Okay. Get all these little bits down. You don't have to be perfect about it. It's a rustic dish, Italian food, nice and rustic. In there, we're going to sweat them off. By sweat them off, I mean we're going to lightly fry them, but without colour, okay? On a low heat.
So this is obviously trying to get them not so that sort of, but more or less like transparency.
Yeah, just nice and
You can see
soft, you
through
know.
them.
You don't want it to caramelize. You don't want it to take on too much colour, okay? So we've got our onion in. This goes in ahead of the garlic because the garlic will burn before the onion. So you just give it, 10, 20 seconds before the garlic. And then it's time to add our garlic.
Now, wow. Right, what does smashing do that cutting doesn't?
Well, it's just going to help you break it up a little bit more because it's going to take a little bit longer to chop up really small like that. And then, you can break it up like this if you like. It's just going to help it break up. And then just do a fine dice,
Yeah.
It works a lot like, the garlic crushers,
Yes.
but you can just do it with a knife.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
Oh, already the smell.
yeah, you're getting those beautiful flavors, the sweet shallot,
Yeah.
nice taste from the garlic. Okay, so while that's cooking away here, let me explain some of the ingredients we have here. This is arborio rice, which we use for risottos, for rice pudding and stuff like that. This is the fat grain rice, which
Okay.
you find in the supermarket. Sometimes it says risotto on the packet, sometimes
Yes.
it says arborio. This is the one specifically made for the risotto. It's going to give it that cremoso finish is what we call it.
Cremoso.
And I'm going to show you that later too.
This is something to impress at dinner parties with, isn't it? You say, yes, it's got the cremoso finish.
Us in the kitchens, you say, if
Yeah.
the risotto's not cremoso, get rid of
Oh,
it. It goes in the
right.
bin.
Okay.
So this has been on for a couple of seconds. You can see I'm just soft there. In goes your rice.
Yeah.
And this is going to build on flavour into the rice now. We're going to give it a quick light fry with the shallots, with the garlic oil, with the garlic.
How
can
many
see
people, again, for the sort of like the quantities we've got, would this be?
Here I've got 100 grams of arborio.
Right.
This is going to make 2 good portions of rice,
Right.
2 main course portions,
Okay.
I would say, 100 grams. Rice is a great main course dish, it's a great starter dish, it's a great snack, So I would say 50 grams of rice is a really healthy size portion. Okay, so this is going to fry away here.
Yeah.
And this is the secret to the risotto. Once you get that flavour in there with the olive oil, with the garlic, with the shallot, you start to add your chicken stock. But very important, the stock is boiling hot when it goes in.
Now, you're using chicken stock because obviously what you're using is sort of a meat-based
Yeah.
risotto, but I presume if you were doing a fish one, you could add
You can use a fish stock generally, exactly.
Vegetable stock if you were doing a veggie
You've
one.
got the idea there. This is a jamon one. The chicken stock you can use as a base for all the risottos. For a jamon one,
Yes.
you might want to throw some jamon in the stock.
Oh,
That's
right.
going to make a jamon stock and you get more flavour. But just as a really basic rule, you can use chicken stock.
Yes.
Just the stuff you buy in the little packets, mix it with some water. But the trick is to have it boiling and add it gradually. So we've got some in there. Now we're just going to leave the rice is going to soak up the chicken
Okay.
stock and start to cook. And it's going to release the starch and that's going to give it that cremoso finish that we all look for.
Right, cremoso.
Cremoso. So this is going to take around 10 minutes to cook down. You just got to keep it moving.
I was going to say, do you keep stirring all the time?
Yeah, you keep it stirring, keep it moving. You can leave it sit for a couple of minutes. You can already see the starch is starting to come out there. You see how it's going to turn white? That's going to give it a very velvety finish.
So you can't do this in a lazy way. I mean, you can't just hoof all the water in.
No, it's.
It would.
You can do it, but you're not. You can do it, but it's not going to finish like this.
But I wouldn't get a cremoso finish.
We're not going to get your cremoso finish, and that's what we're after here.
I'd
So,
end it with rice pudding.
as you can see, it's starting to soak up this. This is going to take around 10 minutes, gradually
Okay.
add. But for the magic of television, there's one I have
Da-da-da.
cooking away here. This has been on for 10 minutes now. You
Right.
can see the white. This rice is cooked through.
Yeah.
Okay. Get my spoon here. This white rice has been on 10 minutes cooking away here.
Yeah.
You can see how it's cremoso.
Yeah.
We're going to turn
And
off the heat.
it's sort of got that. It's like a glaze, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's the starch that releases
Yeah.
from it.
And it smells. Try not to.
It's like it's cooking in its own sauce. So you've got all the flavour of the shallot there. And now this is just a basic risotto.
Right. Okay.
Now you're free to add your ingredients,
Yes.
what you like. Sometimes you can make like a mushroom risotto, you can add puree earlier on, that's
Yeah.
going to give it more flavour. This one is a really basic one because I just want the people, you and the people at home, to
Yes.
find out what it is to make a risotto, because it sounds very complicated, but this is how easy it is. So, we have the risotto base made,
Yeah.
now we can add some flavours. I have some leftover jamon.
And is this a good type of recipe for sort of using up bits and pieces that you may have in your fridge?
Absolutely, it's about finding your own flavours, you know, and
Yes.
finding the things you like. And one of the important things about it is keeping the ingredients you add fresh. So you make the risotto, which takes 10
Right.
minutes to cook. You don't want to have too much stuff in there early because you don't overcook the vegetable,
Right.
overcook the meat. So what you want to do is have the risotto made, basic
Yeah.
recipe. This is cooked through.
Yeah.
And then we can add a little bit of jamon.
Woo, woo,
Which
woo,
we're gonna
woo,
slice
wait.
up here.
Ow. Let me just move this out of the way for you.
Yeah, you're okay, I'll get that for you.
You see, this is it. You're a chef. I touched that. I went, oh, you've got hands like asbestos.
Oh, well, I'm well trained for that. Okay, so we've got the ham in there. Already we're building on flavour of ham. Nice cremoso finish. We're going to add some peas.
Yeah.
So we're
Bog
turning it
standard
ham.
frozen peas.
Frozen peas. Don't worry about using the frozen stuff. They're the best standards you can get. They're frozen on the farm, so they keep all the flavour
Because there
inside.
is a lot of snobbery about frozen food, isn't there? And people thinking, oh, well, you know, it has to be fresh is best.
Fresh is best, but things like peas, that
Peas,
is
yeah.
so hard to transport,
Yeah.
the fresh peas. This is just one of very few things that work so well frozen. Drop of cream,
Yeah.
add more velvety flavour. At this point, a lot of chefs, and in Italy, they use mascarpone cheese to give it a
Right.
finish. Today, you can always use some cream cheese that you buy in the supermarket. Today,
Yeah.
I'm going to use a drop of cream because it works well velvety with the jamon. We're going to use some parmesan, which we have grated here, which you can buy in the supermarket.
Yeah.
Again, parmesan in the last minute because you don't want to overcook it. You don't want the oils to release and make it into a greasy dish.
So if you overcooked parmesan, because I didn't know you could overcook parmesan.
Well,
I thought, to be
it's
honest,
more
I
to
thought
do
it was
with-
a bit rugged. You could just stick it in anything.
Yeah, it's more to do with overheating it, you know. If you overheat it, the oils will release and
Right.
you'll end up with a greasy finish, you know?
Right.
So what we want is a creamy finish with the cheese,
Okay.
okay?
Yeah.
You can see how it's all binding together there,
Yeah.
all the good colours. And then just, my personal preference is to add just a lick of butter.
Okay.
It's just going to give it that extra velvety finish, okay? So-
And again, you know, this is probably a good double-sized portion.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
2 good main course portions here,
Yeah.
100 grams. This is going to feed a couple of people very well.
Right.
Let's
And is
dish
this
up
your favourite risotto? Because I mean, obviously you cook for other people, but if you're making your own risotto,
Yeah, this is one of my favourites.
Yeah.
You know, we're in Spain and the jamon is so
Yeah.
good. You know, you got to take advantage of the good ingredients you have around you, and that's one of the secrets of being a chef. So I think we're ready to plate up here. You can see that cremoso flavour there. You see the peas still got their bite.
yes.
They're not overcooked.
Yeah.
The jamon hasn't been overcooked yet. The rice has adopted the flavour of the ham, you know.
And like you say, this is one of these things. Now, the one thing is that, like you say, it smells. It's got a really sort of a light taste, and this, although we're sort of at the beginning of the year, you know, this could be something that you could have as it's still at this time of year as a main dish or a starter.
Yeah, this works year round as a dish. It's an Italian dish, you know,
Yeah.
so it's great in the winter, it's great as a warm dish, it's great in the summer as a light dish, as a starter, maybe as a main course.
But as chefs here, would you again do it sort of individually? Do you find, you know, because different people I presume would like different risottos. So
Yeah, well, generally we go with the seasons. You know, in
Yeah.
the winter we might have like a butternut squash risotto on.
Yes.
One of our most popular dishes here is the wild mushroom risotto, because
Yes.
we've got some great mushrooms here in Spain. Everybody
Yeah.
loves this. But like I say, we do ham risottos, you do bacon and pea. There's a million different recipes.
Yeah.
You find your own flavour, but get your base down perfect. Get
This
those
is what you
onions,
always
those
say,
shallots,
yeah.
the oil.
yeah.
Get the rice to its point of cremoso, and then add your flavours as you go.
Yeah.
Find out what you like.
Yeah,
And
because
it's
like you
so
say,
easy.
if you do this and you get it off to a T, then you can at home start to experiment and start to find out what you, your family, your friends like. But it looks so good.
It looks so good, you know. It's about
taking it up from sort of like, you know,
Yeah.
just bunged it in the microwave.
It's getting your bases down, you know.
Now,
Getting your bases
why
down.
have you used this? Is
This is some fresh parsley I've just chopped up there, just to give it another freshness of flavour, you know.
because sometimes I find it hard to marry the right herbs to the right.
Well, parsley and chives are universally great flavours for
Yeah.
dishes like this, you know, with
Cool.
rice and stuff like that. But the important thing is to add them at the end, so to keep the freshness, you know.
Right.
Just gives it another level of flavour.
And
of
last
course,
but not least,
last but not least, the great generous shavings of parmesan. Lovely and rustic. Just leave them fall over the top, and that, really quick, really easy, ready to serve. It's going to taste great. Just for you.
I get all the good jobs. These are the ingredients. 100 grams of arborio or risotto rice, some virgin olive oil, 2 shallots, 2 cloves of garlic, some grated parmesan, some frozen peas, chicken stock, diced Iberian ham, and some lovely parmesan shavings to serve. Les, again, absolutely brilliant, and we will see you all again soon.